And welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. You know, the chief election officer in the state of Alabama is the Secretary of State. And when we think about elections, one of the biggest things we want to make sure is, first of all, we can vote and that our vote is secure and that nobody else can take our vote. Wes Allen, you've just done something recently where there's something that's going to go on ballots, a mark.
Right.
And if that mark's not there, the vote's not there.
We're adding a security emblem
to
all absentee ballots in the May primary of 2026. So we're starting it with absentee ballots only. And this will be an invisible security emblem. So you've got to have a specialized piece of equipment to see that security emblem. But it's there. It's going to be there on those absentee ballots that people use and utilize for the May primary in 2026.
And that'll be in all the counties.
It'll be in every county. And then when we get done with the May primary, then it'll be on all ballots moving forward for the general.
Oh, for the general.
For the general. And good. This is basically like, for lack of a better term, an authenticator on your ballot, that you know it is real and it is authentic.
Yes.
And to make sure that your vote is being protected and that those ballots are not fraudulent. So we're very pleased. We're excited about this initiative.
And absentee is where basically a lot of the crazy stuff can kind of happen.
Normally when you have fraud in election, it's normally in that orbit of absentee voting. And we've done a lot to strengthen our absentee voting process. And number one, I want your audience to understand absentee voting is important. There are a lot of people who utilize it that need it, that may not are infirmed, can't get out of the house, can't get to the precinct, or out of town on election day, that are working, any number of issues. And so we wanted to make sure we strengthened absentee voting, and we did that through SB 1, which is a bill 2 years ago that we got passed to make sure that these paid political activists.
And SB 1, Senate Bill.
Senate Bill. Yes. Senate Bill 1. Right.
You could throw out an acronym.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're going to let them know. No, that's okay. We're going to let them know what it's all about.
Yeah. Senate Bill 1
it was done.
Passed in 2024 and it withstood federal scrutiny at the federal court level. And we're very pleased with that. It makes sure that paid political activists can't manipulate the absentee voting process, but at the same time, it protects that absentee voting process for all kind of people out there. And so that's very, very important. And so we want to protect the vote. It's your vote. It's not my vote, anybody else's vote. We don't want undue influence on those that are vulnerable in our communities and that utilize the absentee process. So couple that with this security emblem that's going to be going on these ballots is really important. And it just is our track record of when we've been in office to make sure that we're doing everything that we can, that the public, the taxpayers, has confidence in our elections.
And at the general election, when you walk in, you're going to get a secure ballot.
Absolutely.
But again, it's even at that point going to have it on there to make sure somebody didn't have 2 or 3 of them in their top pocket they try to get in.
Right. Absolutely. We want to make sure that everybody has the utmost confidence when they go in and they cast that ballot for their candidate. When they get home at night and they're watching those returns, that everything is done, like you said, accountable, transparent, secure, all those things to make sure the people of Alabama trust our elections.
And in Alabama, we have about 3.5 million registered voters?
3.7 right now.
3.7. It's jumped up a bit.
It has.
Thank goodness, but the populations have jumped up.
It has.
Which makes it great.
Yes, sir.
And it's great. And they remember this, too, that when you go to vote on election day, that's the day it's done.
Right.
We don't,
absolutely.
We don't have election month.
Nope.
We don't have election 6 weeks.
No, we don't.
You can, if you want to do absentee, you go before. And again, on election day, when the polls close at 7 o'clock that night, and that's statewide, isn't it? 7 o'clock.
Statewide, 7 o'clock, and they start tabulating those votes, and the unofficial results come in that night. So we're going to know that night who wins and loses in Alabama. We're not going to take 2 weeks to determine who wins and loses.
And then they're going 2 weeks, and then maybe a challenge comes after
Right,
that.
right.
So they can play games.
Yes, sir.
But not in Alabama.
Not in Alabama.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for what
Yes,
you're
sir.
doing. And again, if our viewers need any information, you can go to your website.
Yeah. So specifically for elections and election-related material, alabamavotes.gov.
Okay.
Alabamavotes.gov is the best website that you can go update your voter registration. You can find all kind of information there about elections.
Yeah, the key too, you can find out where you have to go to vote.
Right.
Because a lot of times the
search your polling
precincts,
precinct,
a lot of times the precincts have changed, or if you've moved someplace else, you have the right to vote, but you have the obligation to make sure that you find out where you go do it.
Right.
That's right.
No
Well,
doubt.
thank you so much
you.
for what you're doing. We'll get you back again
Yes,
as
sir.
we get into the throes of elections.
It'll be here before we know it.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Right around the corner. And remember this, Secretary of State's office, as well as all state offices, work for you because they are the servants of the people. And we'll be right back right after this.